Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. I'm Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Arranger. I'm arranging loans for all kinds of folks out there. Maybe you're looking to buy your first home, you're a first-time home buyer, and you're looking for options. Maybe you're struggling with affordability like the rest of the world is right now. It just makes it difficult. We're going to talk about programs and options that are designed specifically for you. Then maybe you already own a home, but you really need a bigger home or a smaller home. You need to upsize, downsize, but you got the golden handcuffs. You're sitting on a 3% fixed rate, and you just can't picture yourself going to a 6.25% fixed rate. So what do we do? How do we combat that issue? I'm going to go over ways you can still get your interest rate down. There's all kinds of ways to do that. You see builders doing it right and left. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about reverse mortgages in this show. For if you're getting up there in your age and you want to buy a home and you don't want a payment, I can show you how to do that. You own a home and you want to quit making payments on it, and maybe you want some money out of it. Maybe there's an option for you. Am I a big proponent of reverse mortgages? Only for a segment of the market that really needs it. For instance, if you've got ample money to live off of during your retirement, should you get a reverse mortgage? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We got to really look at that situation. So I know a lot of you folks that are seeking these, you are drawn toward the big commercials with the fancy people and the Magnum PMIs that are pushing their mortgage products. However, I will tell you this much right now. It's not for everybody. You have to really be in a position where a reverse mortgage is going to benefit your life. Now, if you already have plenty of income and plenty of assets, we don't necessarily want to do a reverse mortgage. Maybe it's just paying off your mortgage. Maybe it's not paying off your mortgage. Could be any number of things, but we are going to examine that. And each and every one of you will have me and my team to look at your situation and guide you in the right direction. That's what we do here at CrossCountry Mortgage. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and yes, I'm the Lone Ranger. You can call me now in Tampa at 813-213-4009 or Orlando at 407-706-3313, or go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. We can help you right here. We've got every loan program you could possibly need. I'm going to talk a little bit about what rates are doing, what direction they're going in. Should you refinance right now if you're looking for a rate reduction? Should you hold off a little bit longer? What do you expect when it comes to refinancing? How much should it cost you when it comes to refinancing? What determines whether it's worth it for you to refinance? Because a lot of you folks are getting duped by these lenders that are talking you into doing a refinance, and it's just not necessarily the right thing. And then I see some people that are greedy and they're like, wow, I can save $250 a month. Well, that's not enough. Well, let me ask you a question. If you could save $250 a month on a refinance right now, and you said, no, I don't want to do it. I want to save 400. Okay. What rate would it have to be to hit 400? And is that realistic? So a lot of folks are thinking, wow, I'm just going to hold off until rates hit 4.75%. Well, what if they never do? And that $200 or $250 a month over the life of your loan might have saved you $85,000. Would you be okay with that? Just leaving that on the table? Listen, refinancing is a tool. It's all it is, and it's got to make sense. So what I do is I take that client and I look at how much am I going to save you versus how much did it cost you to refinance. And if that number is less than 36 months, it's an easy factor. You just figure if it costs you $5,000 to refinance, how much do I need to save? $200 a month, 200 divided into 5,000, then it tells you what your break even period is. So we want to look at that very carefully to make sure it's worth your while. But let's just say we refinanced right now to save 250 and you're okay with that. And then 6 months from now, it does drop to 4.75. We can do it again. Just don't be one of those people gets talked in by lenders to continue to churn your mortgage, meaning they want to keep churning it and refinancing it and refinancing. That's not good for you. It does chew up equity and it extends the term of your loan. Now, let's say you're in your 70s and I can save you $250 a month on a refinance. Should you do a 30-year mortgage? Should you do a 15 or a 10? Some people think because they're up there in age that they really shouldn't do a long-term mortgage. I totally disagree. It doesn't matter once you're dead and gone how many years are left on your mortgage. And if you plan on leaving that to your children, the chances are you probably still have 20% or more in equity in your property. So you're still leaving them a very handsome asset. So don't worry about straining yourself in retirement and going with a shorter term mortgage. Now, let's switch gears and let's just say you're in your 30s or 40s or even early 50s and you're looking at your mortgage right now. Why not look at a 15-year mortgage instead of a 30? Now, let's just say your payment doesn't go down, maybe even goes up $100. Is that worth it? Well, if your ratios qualify for it and we can knock 15 years off your mortgage, I think that could be well worth it. Well worth it. So let's examine all your options. That's what we do here. We don't try to sell you on anything. We try to help you win. We want to look at all your advantages, your disadvantages, what your options are, and then we can drill down on it. And based on your specific needs, we will dial in a mortgage to meet those needs. And that's as simple as it is. Wouldn't you like somebody that can help you with that? I'm volunteering to help you right now. Call me from Orlando at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or go to webringyouhome.com. I've literally got every kind of loan program that you could think of. I've got your standard conventional FHA, VA, USDA zero down payment, home ready first time home buyer programs for first time home buyers at 3% down and reduced PMI. We've got cash out refinances. I've got FHA loans with 3.5%, and we don't have a credit score requirement. As long as you qualify, you're good to go. A lot of lenders have these overlays that they put on these products that make it more difficult for you to qualify. I've got zero down payment FHA loans for first time home buyers that want to get in. It's not that difficult. We've got VA loans, zero down payment, cash out refinance up to 100% of your equity if that's what you need to do. USDA, zero down payment loans. Very, very attractive. Interest rates are attractive. The mortgage insurance is very attractive. Very, very good. Streamline refinances, second mortgages, HELOCs, HELoans. And we're looking at asset qualifiers. Let's just say that let's say you're retired or you just don't have a job, but you're sitting on $1 million in the bank, but you don't have any income. I can convert an income into I can convert an asset into income. So, and you don't have to deplete the entire asset. You don't even have to deplete hardly any of it. I can show you how to do that. I had a client that I'm doing a mortgage for right now, and he wanted to buy an $850,000 home, but he didn't want to sell his $750,000 home until he bought the new one. Well, between his small pension and his Social Security for he and his wife, they didn't qualify to hold both mortgages. And they got turned down by a couple of banks. I looked at it and I said, no, 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 we can make this happen. We can make this happen quite simply. We just need a little bit of information with your assets on what type of asset they are. And I converted it. And we are going to closing next week for a gentleman. And then he can turn around and sell his house and he can pay my mortgage down, which is what he plans on doing. I have investor loans. So investor loans would be for people that want to acquire property, but they maybe have complex income or they're writing everything off or they don't show enough income. What if you could only need to use the income from the property that you're purchasing, the rental income that it's going to produce as the income to qualify? Now, does that mean you can get in for no down payment. No, it's 20, 25%, 30% down. But these mortgage rates on these programs are unbelievable. Matter of fact, when I combine a prepayment penalty on that type of mortgage, I can get your interest rate down pretty close, if not even lower than what a conventional investment loan would bring you. And it's so much easier, particularly for you self-employed people. And then self-employed people that want to buy a home or refinance a home. I have a bank statement program. I won't even look at your tax returns. I know you're writing everything off already. I know what you're doing. As soon as you call me, you go, hey, Bruce, I'm just going to tell you, I got a creative CPA. I know you do. And that's fine. So let's just say you make 400,000 a year, but you only claim about $25,000 worth of income. Not uncommon for me to see that, folks. Not uncommon at all. So you saved $125,000 in tax consequences. So you get a bank statement loan. Even if that bank statement loan is a little bit higher than a conventional rate, you're still, let's just say you're paying an extra $5,000 a year in interest. Who cares? Who cares? You just saved $125,000 in tax consequences. It's a no-brainer. It's a really good program. I have jumbo loans. I have physician loans, zero down payment, doctor loans, full doc, limited doc loans. I've got cash flow loans. I have second mortgages. I've got cannabis income loans, chattel for manufactured home loans, super jumbo loans, construction perm loans, build on your own lot, find a lot, finance it into the construction perm. I've got renovation loans. I've got ITIN loans for people that don't have their citizenship. I've got multifamily loans for 5 unit or more, no income qualifying loans, reduced alternative loans. I've got conventional permanent fixed rate loans, adjustable rate loans, you name it. I got it. Condos, anything you need, I can help you right here. Here's the products I don't do. I don't do auto loans. I don't do commercial loans, and I don't do personal loans. Okay. So I won't do a loan for you just to take money out on a personal loan. I will do it to where you can pull money out of your home and go buy something with it on a home equity or a cash out refinance. I'm doing a lot of debt consolidation right now. So a lot of folks, you may have a low interest rate on your home, but you got a little bit crazy with the Amazon Prime deliveries and you chalked up some credit card debt, or maybe you ran into a little trouble. You had to pay for your kid's college or, buy your kid a car. Could be any number of reasons, but you need cash. Listen, a lot of you folks are calling me because you need cash out, but you don't want to refinance because you got a low 30-year fixed rate. Keep in mind, a home equity line of credit is going to run you 7.5% to 9.5% interest rate. That's about where they run. Okay. Now, if you got a 3.5 and you got an 8, your average interest rate is going to be somewhere in the 7%, 6.5% range. It may be better to refinance that. Let's look at the numbers. Let's make sure they make sense. But don't let somebody talk you into doing something that you shouldn't do. Let's examine all your options. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I'm the loan arranger. You can call me now. If I don't answer because I'm on the air, or after, I'm on the phone with a lot of clients after the show. So I will be there to help you walk through the process. But give me a call. And when my team calls on Monday, answer the phone because I'm trying to help you. My name is Bruce Woodburn. You can call me now. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Show. Do not go anywhere. We have a lot to cover, and I want to cover things that are going on the market that could affect you and your wallet.